out in my backyard checking stuff, my plants and my roses, and I noticed on my grape bush, I'm getting grapes. Look at that. I'm assuming that's what it is. There we go, I'm too close. That is amazing. According to the directions, it said that it would take me 2 years. And this is just the first year. Because I planted them last year. But we'll see. And the bush is just loaded. So I don't know if this is what it looks like when they first start, and then the following year you'll reap a nice harvest. But I'm happy. A few little strawberries are starting to come in as well. I've got to get out here and pull some of this crabgrass that's growing around this container. Something's already starting to eat the leaves on my rose bush, so I'm gonna have to treat that.
I have a solution for hard soil. Leaves. Put leaves down where, just be mindful where you were breaking up and you come to some hard clay like I have. So I saved a couple bags of leaves, let them sit a few days, build that moisture, come back, break it up, but it also helps to have a Troy-built Mustang with that reverse feature I talked about earlier. I just finished breaking my ground up for my tomatoes. I started with my 40-year-old wheel horse tiller, and I finished up and came back with my both Troy-built Mustang, which has a great feature on it. If you have hard clay soil, like I do where I'm at in southern Indiana, it has a reverse till, which is great for hard soil. Another great thing for hard soil is putting leaves down. So if you have any access to leaves, put leaves down day before, let them get, well, they'll have dew on them, let the moisture soak in the soil, and come back with this. If you have a Troy-built Mustang, which has, like I said, that reverse feature, which actually mixes the leaves with the soil. Just worked up the ground around the onions and the cabbage. Trying to stay on top of these weeds.
We were hoping to get out here today, yesterday and today actually, to plant a few things. But as usual, we were stopped by the rain. We have been getting a lot of rain. Not heavy at times, but just enough to not be able to get out here and really plant. But as you can see, the onions have really started to sprout even more. Keep walking through. I'm looking at this apple tree because we had a lot of blooms on it probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and now there's nothing. So I don't know if we're gonna bear any apples this year or not. Kind of depressing. But I'm gonna keep looking through this garden here. These are the red onions I planted. You need to go through and put some mulch around those. I don't have the proper shoes to walk through the garden right now. Cabbage is looking really good. As you can see through that fabric, they're really starting to grow. And here's the greens, some of the greens that I picked last week. Some of them are starting to really grow again. I may pick some more. There's some poke salad you see with the purple stalks. That's poke salad. Yeah, we need to get some mulch around these onions. Maybe we'll be able to get out here Monday. Today is Saturday. And like I said, we were going to come out here and try to plant a lot more of our vegetables. Oh, that cabbage looks wonderful. I'm hoping that screen protects them somewhat. Looks like we're going to have to get in there and fix that one little area right there where the fabric is on the cabbage. And the purple cabbage is looking nice too. Well, like I said, unfortunately we can't get out here today. Jeffrey was able to till up this whole section here. That's where we're going to plant the tomatoes. I forget tomatoes and what else? I forget what else. But today we were going to try to get the squash and zucchini in the ground and the okra. He's already planted a row of green beans. Oh, I see where he's planted them because he put a sticker. He did 2 rows of green beans the other day, and he was gonna plant another row today, but like I said, it's just too wet. Yeah, he has his little markers right here, so this whole row here in front of that white marker is green beans. And then this white marker here is another row of green beans. When you plant things, sometimes he would just take a stick and put in the ground to let him know there's a row of something there. But I bought these stickers a few years ago, and you can write on them what you plant. They're not too sturdy, so I think he just used it as a marker, a quick marker. But they have been blown away, and if it rains too much, they kind of lean over in the dirt. But hopefully we'll have something, or be able to start on something within the next few days.
I just planted 2 rows of green beans, Kentucky Wonder, bush beans. These are what the seeds look like. I like to plant my rows at least 4 feet apart, so I'll be able to work it with the tiller and work dirt around it when they come up. And I like for them to germinate within 7 days. If they don't germinate within 7 days, I replant.
I was hoping to plant some cantaloupe and watermelon, but Jeffrey said no, they run too much and take up too much space, but we have more than enough space. But I'll listen to his advice. And we're not going to plant corn this year either. I was hoping to plant corn, but he said he didn't want to fool with it. So, and we really didn't get that much corn last year, but you know, it was the first time we ever planted. I was hoping to try it again. And here's some more poke salad. Mama used to add it to her greens when she cooked greens. There's one. Here's 2 more starting over here. That's one potato plant coming up. Jeffrey said he's going to have to get out here when he gets a chance to build up more straw. There's another one. That's 2 that's coming up so far. There's a 3rd one. There's a 4th one. There's a 5th one. That one right in the middle there. 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think that's one right there. There's one. 10. So, oh, here's another one. 11. There's one on the far end. 12. 13. So they're really starting to come up. Nothing like potatoes from the garden. As expected. Vegetables from the garden just have a different taste when you can go out and pick them and cook them right away. But the potatoes are really starting to come up. Yesterday, it was 2 weeks that we had them in the ground, so that's all a good sign. The rain is a-coming.